Boom! You're about to have another Little Talk with Littlefield Agency, your weekly dose of marketing news and insights. LFG.
Clap it up, Roop.
We're in. And by the way, how more professional could we get with this new intro?
Oh, this is, by the way, the new intro that you just heard, I guess.
Or saw. You might, if you watched it, you saw it. Yeah.
That was a product of Brandon and Brenda.
Yep.
And Roop and I no longer have to intro. We can literally just dive in. This is insane.
We don't have to come in and talk about, wow, I can't believe it's already April.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, hello. And back. It's like what, the late night show?
It's the late night show. Yeah. Brenda's our Ed McMahon, for those that remember.
SNL, right? We got all this cool.
Don Pardo.
Yeah. Totally.
It's nice. So, yeah,
amazing.
he's been working on this intro graphic for us, and then I kind of randomly found out.
You did a nice job, by the way.
Yeah, I did. He's Brandon.
Yeah. No surprise.
The surprise, though, is when I found out that Brenda had done some voice work for ESPN.
Yeah, I had no idea.
And she was playing me samples of it, and I was like, I think I have an idea here. And so, yeah, her and Brandon got together, and that's what you get.
No, I love that. Hey, it is April 19th, which happens to be my wife, Dr. Tara Littlefield's birthday. Happy birthday, honey.
Dr. Ta. Insert birthday music here, Brandon.
Yes, insert some birthday music. She's got she's working a half day. She's got some business meetings and stuff. We're going to have lunch together. I'm going to take off a little bit early to see her.
Nice.
And anyway, happy birthday, honey. We love you very much. And I'm so glad that you put up with me every day. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's a lot of energy.
It's a lot. We all trade Sam around for that part.
Roop puts up with me, Brandon. There's a lot of people that put up with me. But happy birthday to Dr. Ta. I would also like to give a shout out. We have a prospect guy that we've talked to. Roop, you've actually met him on Zoom. His name's Jeremy. He's up in Michigan. And I appreciate it. I checked in with Jeremy last week. And he got back to me, which was super nice. Kind of just gave me a lay of the land, but he signed off and said, I really enjoy listening to your podcasts. So, Jeremy, we want to give you a shout out here because that is really, really cool.
It is. I think we're going to do something new here. Brandon's on the spot. Brandon, insert a shout out.
I love it.
We're going to find something that represents
Do you know what that means, Brandon?
Shout out.
Okay.
He knows. He'll
awesome.
figure it out.
But anyway,
he's got a lot of audio cues.
The fact that Jeremy takes time to engage with us and listen to half the stuff we say, it's wild. But he's putting up with us. He's putting up with Sam.
I just said. we a lot of us do
There's
time with Sam.
There's a common theme here. So shout out to Jeremy. Roop, walk us through your birthday weekend, man. You threw one hell of a party.
I feel like I've been celebrating my birthday for about a month, but it's only been a few weeks. My birthday was March 29th. My wife's birthday is May 3rd. And so we had a joint 50th birthday party right in the middle this last weekend. I had friends flying from out of town. We had my sister-in-law came in and her boyfriend. It was great. We had a lot of people. There was like 80 people ended up showing up, and we thought there
were 80 there?
Yeah, we thought there was about 70, and it was 80.
Yeah, I was going to say, it felt like 60, 70, but and it was a great venue, too. I mean,
shout out to Wildflower. Wildflower Cafe. Yeah, they're great people there. Heather and Dawn, they're wonderful. And the whole agency showed up. Mostly, a few people had other commitments, but generally the whole agency was there.
The only people that didn't show up at the agency were literally out of town.
Yeah.
And Brandon was asleep.
And Brandon gave me a heads up on that one.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, it was great. But everyone was there. Everyone from my wife's office was there. All of her friends. It was a lot of fun. It did get a little overwhelming at the end. I was like, man, I can't believe all these people care about the Roops.
That's the love of the Roops.
Yeah, it was nice. Mostly for Carrie, but
Carrie has some amazing friends. She has some very fun friends, and also
she works at a beauty salon, so they know how to party. Yep.
And they brought the energy from the moment that we walked in.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of events with them.
I showed up at 7:45, and they were ready to go.
Yeah, and you know what? I should special shout out to Sammy. He was coming back from his magnet meeting, which is today's topic, by the way.
I'll give everyone a rundown.
And got off a plane, ran home, kissed the wife and kid real quick, and then came to party.
I came to party. And I was only there for an hour, but because I was literally running on fumes. But I had to show up for my boy.
You did it.
Yeah,
Thanks,
man.
Sam.
Last thing about Roop's party. You want some good throwback 90s rap? Go to the Roop's house. That was phenomenal.
That was me DJing.
We had Dr. Dre. We had Snoop. I mean, it was so good. It just I could have stayed there for hours if I had a little more energy in me. But you guys threw a hell of a party.
Yeah,
thank you.
Do it again next year.
Thank you.
No.
So today we do not have a. I don't know. I'd come back. That sounds 51, baby. Let's go. We do not have quote-unquote digital trends today. Roop had a great idea, and he was like, hey, you just got back. As our listeners know, last week I was in Park City from Wednesday, and I came back Saturday evening. And
for new listeners, explain the Magnet Group.
Yeah, great point, Roop. So Magnet, which is the mutual advertising group network, and I think I just botched that, and I'm on the board. I don't even know if that's it. But
we'll edit that.
Here's the thing. That's okay. We don't have to edit it. It is a group of principals, CEOs, presidents, SVPs, and we gather twice a year in person. And the themes of the meeting, right, is how do you better your agency? How do you better your agency from a cultural perspective? Internally, how do you do better work for your clients? How do you bring new ideas to clients? There are so many facets that we walk through. And we're all going through the same stuff. We're a 25-person shop here in Oklahoma. There are shops that are hundreds of people that are doing tens of millions of dollars in revenue. But everyone, no matter what scale, is dealing with the same stuff.
Yeah, you find some commonality.
Challenges, victories, there's commonalities. It's unbelievable. So
affirmation in some cases.
Affirmation. And that's the perfect word, to be completely honest, Roop, because this meeting affirmed that we as Littlefield Agency are doing some really good things. I have never felt so excited and reinvigorated in the sense of coming back, because I always look up to these magnet agencies. They're really sharp agencies. But I come back and I look at all the opportunity that we have is what I normally look at. We still have tons of opportunity, but dude, we're leading the pack. This 25-person shop in Tulsa, Oklahoma is up there with the best of them, and it's pretty damn cool.
It has felt like we're getting her done lately.
Dude, it proves that the focus, the people we have in place, it gives me goosebumps. It is amazing. And so the cool thing was with this meeting in Park City, myself and 3 other awesome guys with the help of the 2 amazing ladies that run Magnet, we put this program together. We've been working for probably 4 months on putting the content together. It was actually generated through AI, the headlines, et cetera. So the main theme of the meeting, I'd say 85% was how do you better run a new business program? Okay. How do you get more clients? As Don Draper would say, right? The day that you sign a client is the day you start losing them. And we are very fortunate that we have some wonderful relationships in place with our clients. But how do we go and get more wonderful clients while still greatly serving our current clients?
Yeah, growing their business.
So that was exactly. So that was a big chunk of it, and then we had some AI topics. But the key takeaways, there was this. She actually kicked off the meeting, and she's a search consultant. So she is working with brands, whether B2C or B2B, and she is starting to see. So what she does essentially is a company comes to her and says, I need a new agency. I need you to go find the agencies. Here's what's important for us. Here's the services that we're looking for. Here's the budget associated with it. I need you to go find us 10 agencies, and we're going to narrow it down to 3, and then these 3 are going to come and pitch us.
Is she doing it through search, or is she like a matchmaker?
She's like a matchmaker.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think there's probably a search component. She's been doing this for 30 years.
Okay.
She and her husband run this together. She is sharp. Her name is Robin, and she's with Mercer Island Group out of Seattle.
Love Seattle.
HQ2.
HQ2.
Roop loves that.
Future Littlefield headquarters.
So Robin's, what she's starting to see, agencies our size and a little bit bigger are starting to beat the big boys and ladies of the agency world.
And I have a hypothesis on this.
What's your hypothesis?
Well, we talked about it a little bit yesterday in the hall, or 2 days ago in the hallway, but I think as technology is starting to level the playing field, and I think as AI is getting more on the daily, we talk about it all the time. And I kind of thought we'd talk about AI today. Maybe we'll, maybe we won't.
No, we will. I'll segue into it.
There's so much going on with it. But like here at the agency, we're daily finding new ways to make things faster, more efficient, and better. It's not that you just turn everything over to the AI and it does it, but like I can kind of see how it levels it. So I don't need 10 people to do this if I can have 2 people and one of them smart enough to really run the AI in a way that's effective. And that changes a little bit. So now we don't have to worry about being a smaller shop because we have greater power.
Amen. That's perfectly said. I think the step 2 of this too is clients today want an agency that is going to push them and that is going to help them, to your point earlier, grow their business. And guess what? We have the true A team, right? We are very selective on who we hire. Culture is the most important thing here. Littlefield Team First is our first core value. And I look at what we're doing, Roop. I look at the agencies that we're eventually going to go up against. I look at the agencies we've gone up against this year, and we're winning. And it's because they are looking for really smart people to push their brand, to think differently, and to get them the results that they need. And a lot of bigger agencies aren't finding, and of course, there's the BBDOs and the Wyden and Kennedy's. There's all these crazy, amazing Leo Burnett, awesome agencies that have an incredible legacy, and kudos to them, and they've got a lot of people working with them. But I think we're going to find, we're starting to see a lot of success this year. We've built on a foundation over the last 2 years in the sense of the right people in the right seats, and doing a hell of a job for our clients. And so it was really reaffirming for us.
And not for nothing, are we the second oldest agency still around in Oklahoma?
Yeah. In Tulsa for sure.
Yeah. I think
that's a good
I think in
point.
Oklahoma, someone told me that. So legacy wise, I mean, that's something.
Yeah. No. There's something to it. So
and that legacy is because we've had the ability to kind of adjust and change with times and find, I think folks that are able to jump into new areas and new technologies and to push us. And we've evolved as an agency. Just in the time I've been here. I've only been here, a little over 10 years now. But I think that's kind of key, that ability to adapt.
We've 100% got adapt or die, right? Our third core value.
We're just doing all the core values today.
Core values, right? It's a good thing to get a taste for the agency. But here's the cool thing. I think what is best, not only do we have the amazing, smart people here at the agency, what has really served us well for the first time in a very, 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 very long time, we have been so freaking focused on what do we do best. We work really well for B2B companies. If you happen to be a manufacturer, gravy. Like, we understand the distribution model, the dealership model. We understand pain points. We understand longer sales cycles. And I think for so long, we tried to be so many things to so many people. And it's like, no, let's just focus on, I had a prospect call 2 weeks ago. Good budget, consumer brand. And I said, hey, I'm going to stop you right there. Our bread and butter is B2B. And she was so appreciative. She was like, hey, thanks for not trying to do this. And by the way, do you have someone you can refer me to? And I said, absolutely. I've got an AC down the road.
But this could surprise people, but we actually have turned
we turn a lot of business down. We've turned
business down, yeah.
And it's a good feeling to be selective because I want to work with the Trents and Mikes of the world, and I want to work with the Sean Hubbards of the world. It's like, we as an agency, these wonderful clients of ours value our services, and in return, we give them what they're paying for.
Yeah.
Which is really smart thinking that puts them ahead of their competition. So that was lesson number one. We talked through a lot of different new business strategies, which again, me, right, the new business guy, I love. It's so energetic.
Do any of them have podcasts?
By the way, there's one magnet agency that's using a podcast, and they have more episodes than us. Ryan Rakes Branding Business in Southern California. They're a consultancy.
Okay.
They're an agency, but they really focus on upfront strategy. And I think our podcast is better. I don't think Ryan's listening, but if you are, I love you, brother.
Yeah.
So takeaway 2, artificial intelligence was kind of the last day and a half of this conference. This is where I got
by the way,
so
you guys
excited.
Talked about this last time too.
We talked about this last.
Back in January, was it?
Yes. So that spearheaded some just kind of phone conversations with the Magnet Group, and then there were panels and hey, how are agencies leveraging it, dude? We are the top 1% of Magnet agencies actually leveraging AI for the betterment of our clients, and using it as a tool, using it as a sounding board. And that got me so excited. I was like, wow, here we are. I had a couple of people like, hey, is Littlefield doing this? And I was like, oh man, we've
been doing it.
We have dived in since this went out in January. And I know it was available before that, but I was like, we have totally owned it. And they were like, I think they were taken aback. it was really cool.
I got to tell you a side story. I was in some Facebook thread, and I almost never comment or participate in Facebook, but the article was about Elon Musk or somebody wanting everyone to halt on AI advancement until they could figure things out. And then, he's rolling out his dumb AI thing now. And was just the article was about tech giants saying we need to slow down. And so I just posted in the thing. I said, it's here, it's happening. You need to get out of the way. And that was my comment. I got roasted.
Oh, no kidding.
I got roasted.
Wow.
And they were all, I think it was a TMZ article, so maybe that was why.
Was this on Facebook?
Yeah, on Facebook. So they were just like, I
got to see this.
You're destroying creatives, and I hope your children get eaten by the robots. And they said that. And I was like, that seems harsh, but okay. But
are you cool with that, by the way?
my children getting eaten by robots?
No. I'm saying like the backlash.
Oh, yeah, I care less.
Oh, nice.
I'm an 8. I don't care at all.
Yeah.
That's my personality type. No, I didn't care at all. But this one lady was engaging me a little bit more, and she was really going down like, this just destroys the creative mind and the ability to create and blah, blah, blah. I said, ma'am, you have no idea what profession I'm in, do you? She's like, it doesn't matter.
In the most creative industry in the world.
It made me think that, it makes sense. There's still people that are going to be kind of worried about it. And, in the end of this discussion, which wasn't vicious at all. I mean, she was just very hyper concerned. I had to point out people were probably equally concerned when the milkman stopped, when fax machines went away, when the horse and buggy wasn't a thing. There are things in our lifetimes, and now in my lifetime, multiple things. Like there was no internet when I was born.
Think about when we had to convince clients to get on the internet, and when we had to convince clients to get on social media.
I mean, yeah.
It's just the next iteration.
Things change. And you need to adapt to survive in those environments, I think. So,
and that
was kind of that was a real thing for me. I was like, man, we're using this, and a lot of people are using this really well and doing like good things. And everyone else's mind goes straight to robots eating your children.
Dude, there was a one of my buddies, a really good friend of mine, who runs the Phoenix agency, has really embraced AI, and he brought in his good friend who actually happens to be a client of his. His name's Charlie. Charlie came in and call it a demo, right? Just showed us how he's using AI. It was freaking amazing. The level of detail. And his takeaway was, guys, what's going to happen here, both on the client side and the agency side, those that do not embrace this, to our earlier point, gotta adapt or die, are going to die. But if you embrace this can make your world so much more creative, so much more intriguing, so many opportunities to tell that story, to figure out what's working, what's not working, how do we better convert. The opportunities are endless.
Yeah, we in this.
Shout out to Charlie, man. His presentation was phenomenal.
This week alone,
really cool.
We've already talked. Just here at the agency, talked about 2 or 3 different things. I've implemented one. I don't want to say on the podcast, but I've implemented one that's made some processes we've done in the past a lot smoother and better. Like it's just better.
We have an AI thread now in Slack.
Yep, it
blew up yesterday.
Yep.
Yesterday was no scheduled meeting day at the agency, which is once every other week.
Yeah, we were off site though for a meeting.
We were off site for a meeting. Oh, Jesus! Sorry, Rube.
That's weird.
It wasn't scheduled. I just happened to run into you at this offsite. Okay,
that's how Sam likes to play it.
Shoot, I lost. I know what I'm saying. But our group yesterday, that thread was blowing up in the sense of, are you doing this? Are you doing that? We're showcasing ways at the agency that we're doing this on Digital Trends Days. Like,
hey,
it's so cool,
check this out.
Yeah. Designers, check this out. Copywriters, check this out. Media, analytics, etc. Like, process. How do we efficiently improve our processes to do better work for our clients? Those that do it will win.
Yeah.
And we're going to win.
And I do think there's going to be some level of safeguards or checks and balances for this in the future. I do.
Of course.
But in the meantime, let's figure out ways that nothing we're doing is going to create child-eating robots. We're just marketing, man.
Yeah.
But did you see that? So I was thinking about kind of the part of this is destroying creativity. There was some photo competition where this guy's photo won the grand prize, and the photo is incredible. It was kind of looked like an old-timey photo, but really high detail. It was 2 women, black and white, kind of in the shadows, with their hands on each other's shoulders. And
he didn't accept the prize.
He didn't. It was an interesting thing, though, to see him go all the way through, win it, and then admit, I generated this on AI. And he fooled people. I mean, that's how good it is. It fooled people. And honestly, I'm looking at it going, is it less art because he didn't photograph it? He still had to go through the prompts and the reprompts and the iterations on it. And is it less digital art than a scanned photo of the exact same thing? We were talking about this with Katie the other day. If she said, well, it could take me, this thing I created in Discord it looks like this nice painting. And she said, I could have done this. I could sit and do this with an easel and some ink and stuff, and it would take me months to finish. But I got the same result here, and I still had to use my brain to say, this is what I want. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I need to have happen. So I don't know. I think it's a new tool set. I look at it as like for at least designers and artists and creatives, it's up there with Photoshop. I mean, we've been complaining. People complain, oh, it's Photoshopped. Well, yeah, and we still are all alive. It's fine. No. So there's an art to it. And there's still an art to photography. There's absolutely things that no matter how much tinkering you're going to do, you're not going to get exactly the same way your human eye will. So
exactly.
Anyhow, it's
all relative.
It's all relative.
Yeah,
that's correct.
So here we are the following week. We're back in Tulsa. Like I said, refreshed, reinvigorated. It's just such a good experience. Our next meeting this year for Magnet is in Tokyo.
Are you
as in Tokyo?
I almost had Brandon have to edit something.
Bleep you me. Almost had to bleep.
He'll bleep it. Are you me?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God.
I'm not. There's a chance I'm going.
I minored in Japanese.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that. Well, I told
so if you need
Tara
help,
has no desire to ever go to Tokyo, and obviously our daughter's coming on the way, and she won't be traveling. But I'm like, when is the next time I will ever get to make it over to APAC? And I don't know when that is, or if that will ever happen. Maybe through Magnet. I'm sure it will, because we have a great presence of Magnet members over in APAC. But it's in September, and I'm really thinking about it. I'm not thinking about it. I'm going.
Nihongo wa hononasu shika shirimasen.
Oh my gosh. I love you too.
That means I speak a little bit of Japanese.
Oh. We need to lead with. Yeah. We need to lead. Oh my God. But I love you too, man. I love you too. Okay, so that's a wrap. There's our takeaways.
Hey, wait.
I think it's. Do you have anything else?
Yeah, let's quick shout out to the team in Moundridge today.
Dude, team in Moundridge.
On the road.
Yes.
They're probably almost there.
They should be
almost
there, actually. Maybe getting some treats right now. But yes, we have Chelsea, Brock, Chris, and Kelly.
Kelly went to, yeah.
That are in Moundridge.
Visiting our friends at Grasshopper.
Absolutely. No, safe travels to you guys. And no doubt it'll be a great meeting. I'm excited to hear about it. And I think that's over and out, baby. Do we have a sign off now?
Not yet.
Okay, so we still sign
Brandon,
off.
Can we get a sign off? Should we do a sign off too?
I'd love that.
He nodded. He said probably.
Okay, cool.
So at some point you'll see a sign off.
That sounds good. Do you want to say anything?
I have an idea for what
Japanese
sign off could be even.
As we sign off?
That's all I know how to say. And Neku is cat. I know that. I remember that. But you should totally take me to Japan to be your translator.
Okay, hey, that sounds amazing, right? That's the ideal tag team. Okay, happy birthday to my wife. I love you, and we love our listeners. Thank you guys so much. We will see you next week.
All
right.
Adios.
Bye-bye.
And that's a wrap. We hope you've enjoyed our little chat and heard something to help grow your own marketing strategies. Remember to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Are we done? Yeah, I have another call.